can't. You want your dad to show up. And you want reconciliation. And I know that I played a part. But I'm angry. And I'm angry because I'm still trying how to learn to not be disappointed.
Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. Well, so it's the day after the premiere of Sister Wives season 20, and if you were expecting there to be some sort of reality with this show that is authentic, you don't get it from Kody and Robyn. Their entire bits in this episode seemed scripted, forced, and staged. And that very beginning clip I showed you, that happened in the very beginning of the episode. The season starts off and it kind of ends where it starts where it ended, and they talk about Garrison. And Miss Janelle is in North Carolina. She's moving forward with her life. She's getting established in North Carolina. She's doing things to keep herself busy. She speaks about missing her son. Garrison is a presence in this episode, especially for Janelle and Christine and their kids. But for Kody and Robyn, it's like Garrison was just something that happened. And now Kody is moving on with his life and he is brushing his 13-year-old son's hair on the way to school. And for all intents and purposes, there's no reason why Solomon is unable to brush his own hair. He doesn't have any known disabilities. He doesn't need assistance, but Kody brushes his hair for him to prove that he's a good dad and then worries about his phone being in his pocket. Yeah, that happened. And you see Madison sort of breaking down and really getting to the heart of what it is that has caused the distance between Kody and his children since the passing of Garrison. And it really is as simple as, since Garrison's death, instead of Kody doing what's right and reaching out to his children and making amends and actually being there for his kids, he has compartmentalized and he has pushed them aside. He doesn't show up for them. He didn't show up for them even at the funeral. At the funeral and after the funeral, instead of all of them coming together and spending time together, Kody and Robyn didn't even go to Erica's house, which was Curtis, Kody's brother's late wife. Instead, they just did something on their own, separate from everyone else. So even in the death of Garrison, they couldn't commune together in a way that showed that they could put their differences aside and like show their concern and care for Garrison. And then in this new episode, there's no discussion. It's like Garrison doesn't exist in the eyes of Kody and Robyn. And it's like Kody's other kids don't exist because, as Kody says, they're at an impasse because they want to make amends only when they want to make amends and under their circumstances. He doesn't want to be held to, I guess, accountability. And if you think accountability is coming for Kody and Robyn, the answer would be no, because they now take no responsibility for anything, and their victim narrative of not choosing polygamy continues, and how they are struggling in their marriage, even though for all intents and purposes, there appears to be no struggle.
That Robyn and I were in plural marriage together. It all came together, and they all just left. Like, we're monogamous, but we didn't choose that.
It was kind of chosen for us when Kody's exes left.
I did not choose monogamy for Robyn because I chose me. Like, I didn't have a relationship with Kody and I barely had one with Robyn. And I wasn't willing to do that just so she could say she lived polygamy.
This was the comment that I thought was like the best comment of this entire episode because it sums up perfectly this narrative that Kody and Robyn keep saying. It's like, they're saying that they didn't choose monogamy, and yet we all know that they lived in a monogamous marriage for years because he didn't spend time with Christine and he didn't spend time with Janelle, and he certainly hadn't been in a relationship with Mary for more than 10 years. And Robyn only had a relationship, in quotes, with Mary on a show. And Mary here says, why am I going to stay in a marriage where I don't even have a relationship with Kody and I don't even have a relationship with Robyn just so Robyn can say she lives polygamy? It's true. They wanted Mary to hang on so that they could still pretend like they were in a polygamous relationship. And it's, again, and it's funny because Robyn makes the comment and says Kody's exes. So now she's distancing herself from the fact that these were her sister wives, right? It's no longer since my sister wives left, it's since Kody's exes left. So they're no longer anything to her, okay? And they're not choosing monogamy because if they actually said that we chose monogamy, it would just prove that they're failures, that this is exactly what everyone has been saying, that he abandoned all of his other relationships and children for Robyn. If they actually said we chose monogamy, they would just look like the selfish a-holes that they are. So instead, they just lie to themselves and pretend like they didn't do those things, thinking that viewers are stupid. And another point here is that if they didn't choose monogamy, then they don't have to be monogamous. Robyn could leave. If she doesn't want to be in a monogamous relationship with Kody, she doesn't have to be married to him. She doesn't. Remember last year, she feels like the idiot that got left behind? Well, it doesn't look like she's struggling so bad with, Kody taking care of her kids, driving her kids to school, brushing her kids' hair. What? Right? Like the whole idea that they didn't choose monogamy is just the stupidest lie. And I'm finally glad that Robyn is called out by Mary for fake. It's like when Christine says, I wasn't going to stay with Kody so Robyn could live her fake polygamy. Robyn was okay with Kody abandoning all of these women as long as it meant that he was still in spiritual union with them, right? Doesn't make sense. And for Robyn to pretend like she's not used to having Kody around, that's a whole nother thing. We all know that Cody's been there as a monogamist for like 10 years.
It's definitely a different balance because he wasn't there all the time, it was a couple times a week.
He's putting his phone in his pocket.
Saul, it's not good for your body. I'm now in a different marriage than I've ever been in.
Losing a wife in our religion was sort of a walk of shame.
I had family members ask me if Kody and I are going to live through a marriage again. Some pressure, a little bit too.
My favorite thing about Robyn is that she pretends like she's never been in a monogamous marriage. Like we don't remember that she was married to David Preston Jessup and was in a relationship with him for like 10 years, right? We've forgotten that she was in a relationship. I think she was married for 8 years and together 10 years. She's never been in a monogamous relationship though. Now she maybe hasn't been in one so obvious with Kody, but she's been in a monogamous relationship with Kody since she entered the family. And this is the only time you actually hear Kody acknowledge that losing a wife, and I guarantee you he is only talking about Mary, because Mary is the only one that has obtained a release. And so if none of the others have received a release, technically he could still claim them if he wanted to. He probably doesn't. But from a church standpoint, he's only lost one because only one has been released. Although we find out in this episode that Janelle is in the process of also obtaining a release as well. Even though she doesn't go to the church anymore, she just wants it done the same way that Mary does. And this is where Kody acknowledges that losing a wife was a walk of shame, but then refusing to accept the fact that it means that he's a failure in the tell-all of last season. It's the truth. He is a failure when you lose a wife in the church. And then Janelle's now in the process of losing or getting a spiritual release. And Robyn explains that she's getting pressure from family members about whether or not they are going to continue to live in polygamy. And I was on the Reddit looking at some of the comments from people that were watching it. They do a mega thread. And I just wanted to get a sense of what it was they were talking about when it came to that aspect. And a lot of people didn't believe that her family members were asking these questions or who she would be talking to. I have a pretty good understanding of who she might be talking to. And it comes down to her sister, Fern, who is her sister that's closest in age to her, and her sister's quote unquote husband, right? And that husband happens to be a bishop in the church. So if she's getting pressure from someone in the family, it's very likely someone like her brother-in-law about why she needs to be in plural marriage, because he has 2 wives. He's a bishop in the church, and Fawn is in a plural marriage. And then her mom still believes in it. She's got other siblings that live it. That's where it's coming from.
Listen, if I'd have been pursuing you and I didn't have other wives, how would you have treated it?
Would have said the same thing to you. I wouldn't have even been open to him.
Do you see a value in it for us and our future in any way?
There was somebody who was really supportive and really wanted to work and really wanted a relationship with me as well as with you, not just you. And then we had a guarantee that it was going to be okay and it was going to be wonderful and it was going to be what I always dreamed it was supposed to be. That would be something to really, truly consider.
In this conversation between Kody and Robyn, they both keep the other unstable, and they do it in very different ways. Robyn keeps Kody insecure in his marriage with her by always saying that she never would have married him without polygamy. And now that they are in a monogamous relationship, she still tells him that had he been a monogamist, she never would have married him. Thus, makes Kody feel like he's not good enough for her, because this isn't what she signed up for. She wanted a plural husband, right? She wanted a plural family. She wanted a polygamist. And so, she reminds us she's had all these offers and she turned so many people down because they were monogamist, and she would have also turned Kody down had he been a monogamist. And so now Kody feels insecure because Robyn still feels like maybe she should do this. But did you hear what she said? She sounded just like Christine back in the day. Remember when Christine said the woman has to want the family, not just the man? And then she says, and if we had a guarantee, and if it was going to be perfect, and if it was going to be great, and all of these things, then how would you say no to that? That is so many layers of her saying she doesn't want another sister wife, because she knows damn well there's no guarantee. She knows damn well that she'll never be okay sharing him. She knows damn well that she would never get any sort of perfect situation, because that's not what happens. There's no guarantees in life. So she's just setting up all of these like goalposts that will never be achieved, but then still reminding Kody that, because there's that faith that they believe that it could be a possibility. So she keeps him unstable. And then Kody, on the flip side, keeps her unstable by telling her that she doesn't want to have sex enough, and that he would want to be with a woman if and for only the reason of having a lot of sex, because apparently Robyn doesn't want to give him enough sex, which we talked about in a previous video. I'll show you kind of the aftermath of what happens after he makes the disgusting comments and she calls him a pig.
Me, I'm like, okay, well, so you have the real relationship with me, but then she's just a concubine, because that's pretty much what that is. It should be more than that for sure. Most women want commitment, they want love, they want tenderness, they want companionship, You're saying you would never put this at risk, but you're saying the only reason why you would do it is for.
But that's not a good enough reason.
Okay.
My point.
Right. Like, whoa.
My point is, it's not a good enough reason.
Besties, for those of you that have given me crap for using the word concubine for so many years, Robyn just used the word concubine. I told you. That's how they refer to women in this culture. And the concubines are basically the new sex partner that the husband takes. And she's using her code language of basically saying Kody just wants a sex slave or a piece, and then I would be the wife. And Kody's saying that's not reason enough. And then Robyn is like, in her next talking head after that's all said and done, says that there's like this weird expectation that, when he's with the other women, there was a surplus of sex. And now that he's only with her, there's not a surplus of sex. And she doesn't think that there's anything wrong with their sex life. It's never been a problem. And now, thanks to Christine's book, anytime they talk about sex, all I think about is Kody's hour-long massages that he demands. And Cody then says that a man that's a polygamist has too much sex and a man that's a monogamist doesn't have enough sex. And the only way that he would even consider taking another woman is if she was a diamond and she loved Robyn and she wouldn't feel jealous and she wouldn't feel like she was being compared to Robyn's and the love he had with Robyn. But here's the thing is if Cody added a new woman, Robyn would be the old wife. She would be the old, worn out wife. And his new shiny object would be what he would compare Robyn to. And so then Robyn would be the one that would be jealous of this woman. And Robyn has already shown that she's not capable of sharing. And this whole conversation feels staged, convoluted, fake, because if he doesn't want another wife because he doesn't want to deal with the nagging and he doesn't want to deal with the jealousy and she doesn't want it unless it's perfect, then it's never going to happen. They just they keep doing this to try to like remind themselves that they're not failures, but then Cody actually admits that he's a failure.
We failed already. It was very, very painful.
No.
I mean, we have our bad days. You know, our murder face comes out and it's like, stop that. Okay, you're okay knowing that all the attention I need, those sister witches of yours.
Hey, Cody.
Cody's confidence level comes from calling people names.
Are you good being my cheerleader?
You know I am.
Then we're great.
Rooting for you.
So apparently he's telling Robyn he needs more sex. You know, he needs a lot of attention, he says. And again, all I'm thinking about are these hour-long massages. And Robyn eventually comes around and they get to a point where Cody's like, no, I'm done. I'm totally done with all of this. I'm super done. I can't do this anymore. It's not fair. You know, the women in this world can't handle sharing a bedroom with their husband or another wife. They all get really jealous because Robyn was fine in the family until we went on the honeymoon. And then once she and I started having sex, then everyone starts hating each other and it's all jealousy. And he just basically says that women can't handle polygamy because of the sex. And he says it's not fair to Robyn and it wasn't fair to them, but it doesn't matter. And he flips out. Like, oh my God, he loses his mind and starts yelling. For what reason? I have no idea. It comes out of absolutely nowhere. His eyes are a tad bloodshot in this part of it. Maybe he's drunk. I'm not sure. I was like, why is Cody yelling? Why is he doing this? This makes no sense.
And it wasn't fair to her. And I'm not saying it was fair to them. It's just the lifestyle we all chose. Deal with it. Well, we dealt with it. They're gone. She's here. I'm moving on. I'm a monogamist, and it pisses me off when people ask me why I want to be a monogamist still. So didn't you see the mess? Monogamy? Does it work for you? Will it work for you?
Sounds good.
No.
No. It sounds good. I'm good. I'm good.
I don't know where Robyn stands. I think in principle, she might believe that this is what she wants because it's what her family does, right? And perhaps she still has this thought that maybe she could be a queen wife still. And she did join the family because she would be a fourth wife, which would have meant that they would all go to the celestial kingdom. But what I don't understand is they don't go to the church anymore. She doesn't practice the faith anymore. They have abandoned so many of the rules of this faith. They drink alcohol. They swear. She doesn't wear her garments. She drinks coffee. She shows cleavage now, sort of. She doesn't dress modestly anymore or as modestly as she used to. She wears a tight shirt in that scene. So, with Mormonism and the kind of Mormonism this is, what the fundamentalism is, you don't get to just throw out one thing and then only believe in another. You have to believe all of it or it all falls apart. So she doesn't believe. There's no way. It could be that she doesn't want to let go because she wants more money. She wants to look good. She doesn't like looking like a failure. But I honestly just think this is a way for her to keep Cody unstable because she doesn't have leverage anymore of go to your other wives. So now it's, well, I don't know if I want to be with you because I don't know if I want to be a monogamist. It's just a way for her to constantly keep him unstable. And then for Cody, there's another way for him to keep her unstable by reminding her that if she doesn't put out, he might have to go elsewhere. Why don't they just become swingers? Wouldn't that just be easier? Like, if Cody wants to go have sex, let him go have sex. And if Robyn wants to go have sex, let her go have sex. And then they don't have to talk about it anymore. So, what I got out of this is that Robyn and Cody's relationship is boring. They have nothing to talk about, so they have to rehash the same conversation they had last season. And they both play games with each other. And Cody is a fake dad that doesn't have a good relationship. And I don't know that they actually have that great of a relationship because I still don't see a lot of substance to them. So, yeah, what are your thoughts about this? Did it gross you out as much as me? Did you find it weird? Did you find it staged or fake? Tell me in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to send some hype if you've got some to help us in the algorithm. Click the bell and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss other videos on Sister Wives. We will talk more about some sort of brewing tension that might be happening between Christine and Janelle. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, besties.